My name is Dr. Bassim Dhaif. I'm a consultant orthopedic surgeon practicing at Salmaniya Medical Complex in Kingdom of Bahrain. I am a doctor for the past 26 years and I am a consultant for the past 15 years. I am an associate professor at the College of Medicine at the Arabian Gulf University in Bahrain. My specialty is sports medicine. I have been trained in Ireland for many years and I have many friends all over the world. My problem, or actually my case, started back in March, but actually the whole drama of the mishappening that happened in Bahrain started around the 14th of February 2011 till the 19th of March 2011, and that's the day I was arrested.
And what happened when you were arrested?
On the 19th of March at around 6:30 p.m., about 40 security personnel have violently and aggressively entered my home. Most of these men were actually masked, so their faces are invisible. Several of them were using guns, and I was immediately handcuffed, violently beaten and verbally abused in front of my wife, my kids and my mother. During that violation of my home, I was never allowed to talk or say any words. No permits, no arrest warrants was shown to me. So immediately I was taken to unknown place. After 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I arrived to that place. I was back handcuffed and I was blind eye folded. This continued for exactly 25 to 26 days continuously. I was back handcuffed, I was blindfolded, except for the time that I was allowed to go to toilet and the time that I was offered meal. I was kept in solitary confinement for nearly 8 days. I was not allowed to sit on the floor continuously for 12 days, except the time, as I said, that I was going to toilet, or the time I was offered meal. I was allowed to sit on the floor for about, sometimes around between 7 to 8 minutes. But during all that period, the 12 days, I was continuously standing. It's endless list of types of abuses, kicks, knocks, by various means, manual, using hoses, plastic bottles, and many other items on my head, on my face, on my back, on my legs, all over my body. The first few days, when I was in the solitary confinement, every half an hour, a group of 4 people will enter the solitary confinement and will subject me to this torture that will last for 5 minutes, and then they will leave. They will come after half an hour, and the same thing will be repeated. On some nights, I will be pulled or dragged out. I don't know what time, but it's apparent that it is late at night, and I will be dragged to an area, and there are groups of people that say, oh, you should kill him with a sword. The other person said, no, you should kill him with a gun. And the other person, no, you should kill him with another hard object. In addition to the various kinds of physical torture, I was continuously subjected to verbal torture, verbal abuses, attacks on my religious beliefs that was unbelievable. You know that the both sectors that exist in the country are the Sunni sectors and the Shia sectors, that they have been living for hundreds and hundreds of years peacefully, but for those unfortunate incidents, I have to be subjected for this kind of abuses. As I mentioned earlier, I was deprived of sleep, and after for nearly 26 days. I was interrogated twice during those 26 days. The most important interrogation was done around the 23rd days. This lasted for about 8 to 9 hours continuously. Again, I was back handcuffed and blind eye folded. No specific charges were read to me. They were just questions.
And what did they want to know?
What they wanted to know, was I there in the meeting that was attended by the Assistant Under Secretary of the Ministry of Health? I said, yes, I'm a senior consultant. I'm a past chairman of a department, so I was there. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I did not go through my story during the incidents or the protesters, the protesting that the people of Bahrain have gone through between the period of 14th of February and 16th of March, because on those few days, I was the consultant on call, and I received serious injuries on those days. Of them were several cases where there was the use of live ammunition. I had several cases of massive fractures of the thigh bone by the use of live ammunition that I operated on them. In fact, those patients were bleeding to death, but fortunately enough, we were able to save those lives. And because of this, I came to the BBC and I gave a report about that, yes, the protesters were subjected to the use of live ammunition. Square actually is about 1 kilometer from the main hospital in Bahrain, which is the Salmaniya Hospital. Therefore, many of those protesters, hundreds of them, when some of their protesters get injured, they go and gather in front of the accident emergency of the hospital. We, as the doctor, we were involved only in treating those patients. We have nothing to do with the gathering of those protesters in front of or in the car park of accident and emergency. So because of this, the government has accused us of occupying the hospital, a hospital that I served for 26 years, and just suddenly I occupied that hospital. And they fabricated many charges that are unfounded, untrue, false, and never documented. And one of them, the use of weapons, and I mean fire weapons, Kalashnikov. I was forced by torture and a threat to testify against one of my colleagues that he have harbored 20 pieces of those weapons. And in fact, in the reports of the military district attorney, he wrote in his notes that they have seen only 2. And you could see the discrepancy even on those false and threatened confessions that they have taken. Anyway, to cut the story short, after the interrogation, I was forced to sign about 20 pages. They did not allow me to read anything of those papers. They tortured me. They threatened me to sign those and not allowed to read them. And if I don't sign them, then you will deserve the consequences of that action. During this period also, many of my colleagues have been arrested, many actually of the doctors. The sentenced doctors are 20, but in reality more than 60 doctors of the hospital and even primary healthcare doctors have been arrested because many of them actually have gone with the protesters in the Pearl Square. There is nothing wrong that a doctor have a political view and demonstrate of it peacefully, and I can challenge any person to show me that there were any protesting in the hospital. This is all a bunch of lies. Anyway, during my detention, which lasted for about 3.5 months, I was not allowed an access to my family. I was not allowed an access to my lawyer. All the interrogation.
And can you tell us a bit?
All the confession, all the signing.
Could you tell us a bit about your trial?
So I was taken to court on the 6th of June, about nearly 3 months after my detention. I was taken at 4 o'clock in the morning, again back handcuffed, blind eye folded, and I was physically and verbally abused. And I discovered at 9:30 in the morning that I am in a military court. So, and this was the first time that I see my wife and my kids. I was allowed after the trial to see my wife for about only 7 minutes, and my lawyer for the same period of time.